Every make of car has a story to tell. A story of triumphs and innovations, of good years and bad years. Bentley's story is an epic one. Test driver Christoph Bauer says there are times when his heart opens up, and this is one of them, driving a Bentley 3.5 liter over Alpine passes. It's more like a holiday than a job. The Bentley name was once synonymous with sensational race cars. Then in 1931, the company went bust, and Rolls Royce bought it out. The first model produced under Rolls was the Bentley 3.5 liter. When Christoph found out he'd be test driving a Bentley, he imagined something like a rumbling truck. He figured he'd be in for an exhausting day. But after only a few minutes, he got used to it. And then he found this Bentley 3.5 liter quite easy to drive. Its high-precision gearbox and 110 horsepower engine make it fun to drive on these mountain roads. The Bentley 3.5 liter was designed as a sporty alternative to the Rolls Royce 2025 and debuted in autumn 1933. This open sports model from Wolfsburg Zeithaus got its body from the London coach builder Van den Plas. A very plain and simple interior made the chauffeur's job easier, so easy and downright fun that many an owner didn't want to leave the driving to someone else. The low center of gravity and flexible straight-six engine immediately won over a lot of hearts. As Christoph explains, this Bentley 3.5 liter was advertised as the silent sports car. It really is relatively quiet. But if you don't like things peaceful, all you have to do is raise this lever and a couple of flaps open, and you can really let it rip. The straight-six engine no longer boasted the four-valve technology of earlier Bentley designs, but it still put out an impressive 110 horsepower at 3,800 RPMs. The only thing Christoph criticizes is the gearshift lever's position, right next to the driver's knee. On the other hand, the upper gears are all synchronized. Christoph quotes Ettore Bugatti, who once said that Mr. Bentley made the fastest trucks in the world. When Bentley became part of Rolls-Royce, however, that changed. And the Bentley 3.5 liter was the first car to reflect that change. A review from back then described the car's handling as almost ladylike, and anyone who'd ever sat behind the wheel of a Bentley blower would have immediately noticed the difference. From 1929 to 1932, Bentley blowers equipped with superchargers were super fast, but they were only good for a lap or two. Bentley brought home 5 victories in Le Mans, the world's toughest endurance race between 1924 and 1930 without the superchargers. Christoph is thoroughly taken with the elegance of the vintage Bentley. He finds lots of Rolls-Royce in the 3.5 liter, the chassis, for example, which was based on a Rolls-Royce prototype, and the 3.7 liter engine from the Rolls-Royce 2025. He knows a lot of work was put into tuning it up to 110 horsepower, but that was to do justice to Bentley's sporting image. Some purists might say this Bentley was actually more of a Rolls-Royce, but Christoph doesn't care. He likes it the way it is, with these impressive headlights too. With Rolls-Royce, Bentley shed more and more of its truck-like image. By the mid-1930s, the Rolls-Royce plant in Derby had turned out 1,177 silent sports cars at a list price of £1,380 sterling, a tidy sum in those days. Christoph may not be all that passionate about pre-war models, but he's fallen in love with this Bentley 3.5 liter. He says it's a very laid-back set of wheels that held its own in terms of comfort, operation, and stability well into the 1950s. So it's definitely earned its place as a milestone in automotive history. In 1998, the elite Bentley brand was acquired by the people's car maker VW. History has its ironic turnabouts.